Welcome in, everybody. We got the Christmas Eve slate that we're looking at over on OwnersBox today. If you have not played OwnersBox yet, use the link in our description. Give it a try. Use code MENLY when you sign up. They got tons of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day contests that you can try out, both football and basketball. Soda and me are going to go with a little different layout for today's show. Soda, how you doing today?
Phenomenal. A little bit of Christmas Eve football for us, and then Christmas Day we got a couple games. We got NBA basketball on Christmas Day. What a weekend coming up.
It's gonna be thrilling. So let's jump right into it. We are gonna start with our superior stacks. Soda, I'm gonna let you go first. Why don't you give us a stack that you're liking on the Saturday slate, which is oddly the main slate. So Saturday is the one with the majority of the games. Soda, what are you thinking about for a stack on Saturday?
This was tough to come up with the stack. You really had to factor weather in, man. There's going to be just some brutal weather across the regions. And I was really targeting the Panthers game for a while, but I decided to switch it up. And I am actually now targeting the Eagles-Cowboys game. And yes, I know Jalen Hurts is out. That doesn't stop me, though. Give me Gardner Minshew at quarterback. I actually think the Eagles' run game is not going to be that great without Hurts. I think Minshew's going to throw for quite a few yards. So give me Devontae Smith with him. I'm actually doing him instead of A.J. Brown because Minshew has history with Smith, not with A.J. Brown. And then give me tight end. Give me Dallas Goedert. He is back. Minshew knows him well. Feel like they probably get along pretty good. Two goons. Give me that as my stack for the Eagles. And I am going to counter with Tony Pollard. I think Tony Pollard is going to go crazy. Can't believe he's more than Zeke, but I think he's going to go crazy.
There we go. Soda's got the Eagles stack. Everyone really looking forward to that game. We're Cowboys fans. We're Cowboys fans on Saturday. Vikings trying to catch that 1 seed. So we'll be cheering for the Cowboys against the Eagles. Speaking of the Minnesota Vikings, like Soda said, we're going to have to be on the lookout for weather. We live in Minnesota. The real feel here is negative 35 right now or something crazy like that. But the Vikings play indoors. So I'm looking at that game, and I am obviously taking the number one receiver, and that is Justin Jefferson. I believe Justin Jefferson he's the most expensive non-quarterback on this slate. Does not matter to me. I'm taking him. That guy is going to set the single-season receiving record. I'm going to pair him with his quarterback, Kirk Cousins. And then, like Soda, I am also looking at the tight end position, and I am taking T.J. Hawkinson to complete the stack. And I am countering with the Giants' number one wide receiver, Darius Slayton. The Vikings love to give up the deep ball. They love to give up a lot of points. And that is why I love this game. The Vikings offense, 5th in fantasy points per game. Justin Jefferson and the Vikings receivers are 2nd in fantasy points among receiver groups. But the Vikings also are dead last in giving up fantasy points. Their defense is horrendous. And that is why I love this game. It's 2 teams that have a lot to play for. And I think this is going to be one of the most exciting games on the slate. And that is why I am going with this stack as my superior stack. Soda, what do you think?
I like that. Actually, one of the cheaper plays I was looking at this week was Darius Slayton. Love that play. Seems like whenever I don't take him, he's due for a big game. So I'm just going to do the listeners a favor. I'm not going to take him this week, so go ahead and take him for a huge game.
There we go. That brings us in to our next segment, and that is our penny pincher. So me and Soda are each going to give you one cheap play that we like this week that you can squeeze into your lineup with your more expensive plays. Soda, you can start us off again. Who is your penny pincher this week?
Well, I just mentioned one guy that was in it for me, but when I truly look at penny pinchers, I think you have to look at the Seahawks wide receivers. We got Lockett out. So with Lock It Out, Metcalf being the primary choice, I really like Marquise Goodwin. However, he is questionable. And if he is questionable, if he does not play, I want some Laquan Treadwell. I know Vikings fans will love that pick out of me. He's not even on there, is he?
I'm glad you looked at the slate before you picked your player because, yeah,
Ooh.
Laquan Treadwell is not available. Will be something we have to tweet at OwnersBox. Make sure we get him on there.
We'll figure it out.
For anyone who was wondering if Soda does his homework beforehand, there's your answer. Picked a guy not even on the slate.
You didn't even know he played for the Seahawks.
No,
I definitely did my research.
I didn't have to pick. That's why I wouldn't pick him. He's not even on the slate. I look at the OwnersBox slate before I pick a player.
He was activated on Sunday. When I started looking at who's out, who's in, I knew he was a must play.
We're not going to keep this too exciting for you guys because my penny pincher of the week was also a Seattle Seahawk. But Marquise Goodwin is probable now. He's likely going to play. The Seahawks are desperate for a win if they want to get into the playoffs. Kansas City gives up the most touchdowns to wide receivers. Little fact there. And they are dead last in the red zone against wide receivers. So I think Marquise Goodwin is going to benefit. I think we're going to see them slinging the ball around a lot. Kenneth Walker still not 100% healthy, it doesn't sound like. So, big fan of Marquise Goodwin and possibly Laquan Treadwell this week. We'll see if they put him on the slate. We'll send a tweet over to OwnersBox and see if we can get him on there. Keep an eye out on the Seahawks receivers. Like me and Soda both said, lot of bad weather to look out for, so there's going to be a lot of running of the football. So if you are looking at receivers, try to look for someone who's playing an indoor game or somewhere where they have decent weather. Moving on. We're done. We're done drinking the rail stuff. No more off-brand vodka. All right, we're not drinking Kharkov anymore. We're moving to the top shelf. That is our next segment. Top shelf. This is a player where it doesn't matter how expensive they are. We're drafting them, and they are going to win us the week. Soda, start us off. Name one player you're drafting this week, regardless of their price.
This is tough because I feel like I've been stealing a lot of your plays. I mentioned that I really like Darius Slayton earlier. Then I started talking Seahawks receivers. I'm either stealing them or you're just following in my lead, one of the two. I have a feeling you're either going to pick Derrick Henry. You had Justin Jefferson in your lineup. Those are definitely two I was considering. But give me Christian McCaffrey. Guy got snubbed from the Pro Bowl. He's heavily involved in the pass game. Pretty stellar quarterback, so they're going to have to rely on him a lot. Give me McCaffrey with a big game this week.
Yeah, McCaffrey looked amazing against Seattle last week. I know a lot of guys who picked him over Jonathan Taylor at the beginning of the year. I just saw that Jonathan Taylor is the worst performing consensus number one fantasy pick since 2014, which was LaShawn McCoy. So Christian McCaffrey has lived up to the hype. 26 carries last week, 6 receptions. OwnersBox is PPR, so he is a great play to have. So I don't really appreciate you calling me out before I even got to pick my play. But I am going with Derrick Henry against the terrible Houston defense. Tennessee needs a win. Ryan Tannehill is out. This guy's going to be so heavily owned, but he'll be 100% worth it. Derrick Henry, 7,200. He's at minus 155 to score a touchdown this week, and his line is at 105 rushing yards. I imagine we'll see more than 21 carries this week. I think we'll probably see 25 plus carries easily. I could see them using Malik Willis to dump it off to him quite a bit, just trying to get Malik Willis's confidence up. I think Derrick Henry is just going to go absolutely crazy this week. He'll have 20 plus fantasy points easily, worth every penny, and he is my top shelf guy this week. I'm grabbing a step stool and I'm reaching to the top shelf for Derrick Henry. So that is the Saturday slate, the Christmas Eve slate over on OwnersBox. If you have any questions, you can feel free to tweet at us. Put anything in the comments. Follow us on TikTok. Let us know there. We hope everybody has a great week on MenlyBox and has a great Christmas. Stay Menly, everybody.